Hello, Earth Angels, and welcome back to another episode of Alignment Academy. It's your host, Kristen, and if you're new here, welcome to the Alignment Academy podcast. It is a school for your soul to evolve, to grow, to do what you were meant to do in this lifetime. This is a crazy journey that we're on as humans, and I find that when you surround yourself with the information and people that can hold the higher perspective for you, it just gets a lot easier. A little bit about me. I'm a corporate dropout turned spiritual mentor and confidence and mindset coach. I've been in my coaching business for almost 5 years now. Before that, I was a corporate girly, went to school, at the University of South Carolina. I got a double major in supply chain and finance. I was really just a regular girl, and my soul was screaming at me to do something different, to make a change. And really the only difference between maybe you and me is that I just listened. And so I'm here to help you listen to your soul. I'm here to help you listen to the messages and learn how to live from your heart and not your head. And I really find that living in alignment is that journey from your head to your heart. And living from your heart isn't logical. So it takes a lot of courage. It takes so much heart work. Let's call it heart work. Oof, that's such a good word. I think I want to use that. Heart work is just such a good word. And a lot of my work is surrounded by opening your heart and living from your heart, especially in my meditations and in my hypnosises. We always start with this heart opening, because when you can live from your heart, not only is there a measurable electromagnetic field around your body that is calling reality to you and helping you have the correct experiences and interactions that you need to live on your highest timeline, but you're also living from this divine intelligence that's so much deeper than what you logically could maybe think of what is the right thing. Living from your heart means trusting the divine intelligence within and without to lead your life. And when you live from your heart, you're truly, truly going to live a magical life that is just so rooted in the unknown and rooted in surprise and rooted in delight and rooted in mystic, Anyway, sometimes I get on these tangents and I'm like, how did we get here? But I love the heart. So welcome if you're here. You're not here on accident. You're here on purpose. Anywho, I am just in full fall mode over here. Warm drinks, sweatsuits, cozy mornings. I'm just really actually loving the change of the seasons. And honestly, I've never really been a seasons girl. I've never been excited for Christmas or Thanksgiving, but something about this weather is it's just hitting this year. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I'm becoming one of the people that loves the seasons. I'm even should I get some fall decor? And I've never thought about that in my life. And I had a masterclass, a free masterclass a couple weeks ago called Made for More, where we did this thing in the Wheel of Life where we rate different areas of our lives. And my lowest area was my home, my environment. It was really uninspiring. And so this weekend, my sister is an interior designer, fun fact. And also fun fact, she actually was one of my first coaching clients. She used to work at a corporate job too. And then she saw me quit my corporate job and she was like, hey, can I join a couple of your programs? So she joined my first two programs, which were Align, Elevate and Alignment Mastery. And she quit her corporate job in 2 years. So anyway, now she's an interior designer and she's very successful at it. And it was always what she was supposed to be doing. But I feel I'm going to pay her a little bit, but I feel she forever owes me. And so she always helps me kind of wait, sorry, this is so weird, but a black cat just walked by my window and I've never seen a black cat here. Just interesting for fall vibes. But anyway, I reached out to my sister this weekend and I was like, I know you helped me a lot with my basic furniture, but now I want to finish the house. I really, really want to finish my space. And so I gave her my colors and my vision, and she kind of refined it a little bit to make it look a little more adult. And she helped me get curtains, and she helped me pick out some pillows and a rug and this and that. And I texted her, I was like, who knew that interior design was so expensive? I ended up dropping a couple $1,000s, and I was like, what the heck? This was so expensive. And she was like, yeah, people don't understand if you actually want to finish rooms and you want to do things correctly, it's actually really expensive. And this is kind of actually one of the ways I've been stepping into, I know you guys know I'm on this feminine journey, but really like making my space beautiful and cozy. Like I have a candle lit right here. I know you probably can't see it. And I got all these little trinkets. And what I've been actually realizing is that since I've been such a minimalist for my entire life, the thing that actually makes spaces cozy is things that represent you, right? It doesn't have to be like big expensive junk, right? But maybe seashells or little trinkets or candles or things that represent you. And so buying artwork and getting like little things for my house has been exciting. And I've been telling you guys in the next few months, I'm going to make a little podcasting corner in here. It's going to be a whole thing. So long story short, it's kind of what I've been up to this weekend. I've been also sleeping like a ton. Last night I went to bed at 9:30 and I woke up at 8:30 this morning, which I usually never sleep that late. Like I'm usually up around 7 to 7:30 typically, which I think is kind of early for me these days. Anyway, so that's kind of what's been going on in my life, sleeping a lot, enjoying fall, having the warm drinks. So treat yourself to that pumpkin spice latte or whatever you're craving this season. And I know it's been kind of fun for me to just lean in and, maybe it's part of my human era. Like it's kind of fun to be a human on earth and see the weather change and see how you change with the weather. It's a good time, right? Anyway, today is a special episode. I've never done an episode like this before, and I've really been sitting with myself and being like, what do I want to talk about? What do I want to talk about? And there was not an actual topic that I could think that was really inspiring me. But what was inspiring me was I have been doing this practice with myself where I just kind of ask my higher self to like give me a message for the day and like see what comes through and how I can live by that message. And so I asked all the higher selves of everyone who's going to listen to this episode, I said, Higher Selves Collective, please send some messages that, this collective of Alignment Academy needs to hear. And so this is going to be a podcast episode around 5 messages from your higher self, of messages that you might need to hear, or, call it a sign, whatever you want. I know that no matter what, you're going to be able to take something away from this. And I want you to really feel in your body while you're listening, like, ooh, kind of like that emotional response. And whatever you get that like aha moment or like that kind of leaning towards energy, that's the message that's for you. Take what you need, leave the rest, and hopefully you get the exact message that you need to take the actions that need to be taken in your life. Because the thing about the spiritual journey is it can be a lot of floofy information, and until you ground it down and you do something about it and you take action on it, it really isn't helpful. That's why some of the most spiritual people that have the most knowledge, when it's unintegrated, they can present poor or unsuccessful. And again, those are not good or bad things, but it's just the truth of like, what is the point? For me, it's like, what's the point of the spiritual knowledge? What's the point of knowing the laws of the universe? What's the point of knowing how to heal if you're not going to actually integrate it and use it for good? And so my mission is not only to give you guys information, but help you take action, help you take that aligned action to actually change your life and actually make a difference. And hopefully when that happens, you can actually create a life that lights you up and a life that you desire. Because again, I don't know the point of this if it's not to further ourselves and evolve our soul and get what we want. Because the reason that what we want feels good is it's because it's for us, right? Our heart and our emotions are emotional guidance system. So when something feels good, it means it's for you. And when something doesn't feel good, it means it's not for you. It's pretty simple, but we overcomplicate things as humans. But that's kind of why, so many people are unfulfilled, because they don't actually do the things that feel good. They're staying at this job that feels so bad, but they're like, oh, logically, I need to stay here. Anyway, I could talk about this for ages. Let's go ahead and get into the episode. 5 messages from your higher self. And I'm just going to kind of channel them through. Again, take what you need, leave the rest, and hopefully there's some nuggets in here for you. Today's episode is brought to you by Alignment Academy, the membership. I created this membership to offer a crazy affordable and safe space for you to heal your deepest wounds, build unshakable confidence, and activate your highest timeline. Imagine being surrounded by a community that truly gets you and not feeling freaking crazy or like you're knocked off your path by trigger after trigger after trigger. Because believe me, I've been there. And in order to actually heal, you kind of got to sit your booty down and do the freaking work to actually reprogram your subconscious mind and create higher self-worth through your actions. When you enroll in Alignment Academy, you're going to gain access to an extensive library of 7 past masterclasses, 6 of my best-selling meditations, along with a new monthly masterclass to help you guys transform, grow, and actually take action towards your goals. Every month, we also have live inner work meditations led by me with topics such as inner child work, shadow work, future visioning, playing in the quantum field, and so much more. And if you're wondering, where the heck is my soul family and why is the spiritual journey so lonely? I'm telling you, they're inside of Alignment Academy. Everyone in there is truly a special frequency. We're all talking about Joe Dispenza meditations. We're talking about entrepreneurship, trailblazing our own path, healing our inner child wounds, shadow work, how to set empowering boundaries. It's such a high vibe conversation, and I can't wait for you to experience it yourself. If you were to buy a live coaching call with me, plus all the masterclasses, plus all the meditations just as one-off things, it would be over $5,000. And I'm offering this all to you for $77 per month. I am calling in people who are here for the long haul and really trying to do the healing work. But if you don't like it, you can cancel anytime. If you're interested in joining us, you can enroll with the link below, and I can't wait to see you inside. So the first message that came through was that this thing that you're struggling with is on purpose and it's intentionally placed in your life. Sometimes we can think that what we're struggling with is like a freak accident. I know I've felt like that in a lot of times, like, did God just forget about me? Like, did Source was he just not paying attention? And then my life blew up. But I want to remind you that before you came onto earth, you came down here with a plan of all the struggles you were going to overcome. You came down and you picked every single thing about yourself and about your life. And you picked the exact struggles that were going to make you into the person that you needed to be in order to have every single thing that you want in life. And Source wants you to have everything that you want in life too. The caveat is that you have to overcome this and you have to find it within yourself, to find the tools, to find the mentors, to find the knowledge to overcome and become the person that you are meant to. And there is a becoming in the overcoming process, right? The way that we become is by overcoming. And so whatever you're going through, stop looking at it as a negative thing and start looking at it as the initiation that's going to become the gift that's going to give you what you want, right? And even looking at my life, like there were so many moments where when my friends were making fun of my business and I wasn't making any money in this business and I was poor, I was like, how could this be part of my path? And like, this is so fucked up and, playing the victim, why me? This sucks. But like now I see that those experiences were so pivotal for me to become the type of person that is so strong and so self-secure and so just, like really, really, really sourcing my security within. Sometimes it just takes a little time for you to hold that higher perspective, that higher state of consciousness, which is looking at things from a larger viewpoint. But you can also get really good at that from just sitting in the seat of your higher self and asking yourself, like, how is this the best thing? And it's interesting. I was talking to one of my friends last night and I was giving her a little reading actually, and I was channeling for her and she was like, tell me like, what's the biggest thing that's kind of holding me back in my energy? And I said, you have this like impulsive, strong energy and it can be a really big setback for you, but you could actually channel it to be the best thing that's ever happened for you too. Like that's what makes you such a good manifester is that, you can be really impulsive and your emotions can go so negative, but they can also go so positive. And because the frequency is so strong, you're so good at manifesting. So instead of looking at this as a setback, how can you like look at the other side of the positive? Because of the law of polarity and the law of balance in this universe, whatever we're having that's good, like we have equally as much bad. So to give you an example, like I make way more money now, but like that also comes with more taxes, more people that I have to pay, more responsibility, more expenses. Like there's always going to be trade-offs and there's always going to be just as much bad as there is good and just as much good as there is bad. So whatever the negative thing that you're going through, I want you to find the good in it and put your attention on that. Place your attention there and focus your energy on that of like, this is going to make me so strong and that's going to help you get through it and have that really zoomed out perspective. The second thing that I want to say is it's actually inspired by one card I pulled for you guys, and it's you can change the story at any time. And I want to remind you that your story is supposed to be this beautiful, magical story that unfolds in the most unexpected ways. And sometimes we fear change, but change is the exact thing that makes stories beautiful and exciting. And so if you're only in this really like stuck energy of this loop of nothing changing and you're feeling stuck and stagnant, what you need to do is lean into the unknown a little bit more, because the way that we become stuck is we're only manifesting from our past experiences and we're not living in the unknown. We're not living in the surprise of life. And so I want you to lean into the unknown a little bit and trust it and know that the unknown never lets you down. The unknown is always going to give you exactly what you want, just a different way of how you wanted it. Let's even look at this house that I'm sitting in and I manifested in this beautiful little town on the beach in San Diego. So many of you guys know the story, but like I always knew I was going to live here. I just didn't think it was going to be like this. I didn't think that it was going to take 4 years and I was going to have to go through a breakup and I was going to move down to a different area first. And then I was going to come back and then have this big, beautiful life where I surf every day and I have all these entrepreneur friends. And it is the exact life that I saw for myself. It just happened in a complete different way. And it required me to have so much surrender into the unknown. And so maybe drop the how you think it's going to work and just know that it's going to work, but it's going to bring it to you in this beautiful, unexpected way. I am quickly interrupting this episode to remind you guys that if you're a listener, which clearly you are, I have created a free meditation for all of you. This meditation was built out of my rock bottom when I needed to trust the universe and release a lot of anxiety I was feeling, and I didn't know how. So I learned how to trust the universe, and I'm going to teach you how in this meditation. It's really practicing this feeling of being held and supported and remembering that you actually are held and supported by the universe in every single moment. All you have to do to get this meditation is to rate and review the podcast on whatever platform you're listening on, and then go ahead and head over to my podcast Instagram at Alignment Academy Podcast. Give it a follow and then message me on there with a screenshot of your rating or review, whatever platform you're listening on, and I will send you the meditation. Okay, now back to the episode. My third message for you from your higher self is that I want you to mind your vibration. Your higher self is really showing me that there's so much emotional mastery that can be done for you to help you get where you want to go faster. You have these points in your life that they are destined for you, but the way that you speed up to get what you want is by minding your vibration. Doing an emotional audit, I'm hearing, like, where is your energy leaked? What friends are taking your energy? What relationships need to go? Where are you uninspired or need to add more inspiration in your life? And really like kind of doing a vibrational audit of like where your vibration is getting pulled down. Is it at your job? Is it with your friendships? Is it because you're spending too much time on the internet? Like, where is your vibration being bogged down? Are you consuming too much social media? Are you listening to low vibrational music? Are you not doing your meditations? Like, there's key things I do that will, I know, raise my vibration. One of them is doing my heart opening every morning. That raises my vibration. Listening to good music, being around friends that raise my vibration. There's things like that that you can really start to cater your vibration to. And, you know, something I teach in Inner Work Alchemy is like this idea of the core vibration, where your core vibration is made up of like all these different vibrational points in your soul. But a lot of your vibration can be bogged down by limiting beliefs, by inner child wounds. And then after you clear a lot of the limiting beliefs, the shadows, the inner child wounds, you're able to manifest so much quicker because you're able to manifest from your emotions. And that's why I'm such a good manifester. I've done so much clearing of inner child work and shadow work, and my core vibration is so high that now I just tune into what I want and I get it. I tune into some money and I get it. I tune into new friendships and I get it because I'm able to mind my vibration. And so the message for you is, where can you really play this game of emotional mastery? Inner child work is a great place to start if you want to have emotional mastery. Inner child work and shadow work are so fucking powerful because think about it. You feel a certain way about something, you're triggered, you'd go down, you close your eyes, you work with your inner child, you get up from this thing, this meditation, and you feel different, but nothing around you has changed yet, but your energy has changed. And when your energy changes, your reality changes. And so if you've been not doing your meditations, if you've been slacking on just like your energy input and output, this is going to be a great place for you to really mind your vibration. Do that energy audit. And it is about learning how to be unconditional, period. My whole life's work is for me to be unconditional, happy within myself. How can I be unconditional no matter who comes and goes, no matter how much money I'm making or not making, no matter who wants to work with me or not work with me, no matter what's happening in my outside world, I need to be unconditionally in love with myself. I need to be believing in myself. I need to be unconditionally feeling worthy within myself, just because I'm not going to be more or less worthy if I have these things or don't have these things. I'm not going to be more or less worthy if people choose you or they don't choose you. And you're not going to be more or less worthy either. You're not going to be more or less worthy if you're friends with this person or not, if you make more money or you don't, if you step into your soul's purpose or you don't. Your worthiness is always at the top. Your work is to know that it doesn't move up and down with all these different external circumstances. This 3D reality, it's so alluring. It pulls you in and makes you believe things about yourself. But that's why we close our eyes, we open our hearts, and we remember the truth of who we are is that we're unconditionally worthy, and we remember that that's an illusion, and we know who we are inside when we close our eyes. So really help yourself by doing your due diligence of doing your practices that help you raise your vibration. And maybe you even make a list of 5 things that help you raise your vibration. Nature walk, inner child meditation, high vibe music, like whatever it is, like make your list so you know how to raise your vibration too. This next message from your higher self, number 4, is to stop overthinking the how and really focus on the who. We get so caught up in the how is this going to happen? How is this going to happen? You know, I don't understand the pathway, but like that's not your job. That's Source's job. Your job is to become the type of person that just takes action, that follows their pings, that trusts their intuition, that steps into the unknown, that takes risks. I don't ever worry about what's going to happen in the future because I'm like, I can handle it. My self-security is so strong. My tools are so strong. I just know that I can handle whatever is going to come my way. And so get clear on the energy that you need to be in and where you're lacking that sense of self-trust. Self-trust is such a powerful frequency, and we only learn to trust ourselves by showing up for ourselves in small moments, not big ones. Small moments you can trust yourself. You're not going to learn to trust yourself when you quit your corporate job or you sign your first client. Like that's not going to be the moment you trust yourself. You're going to trust yourself when you show up in your business when it's not working. You're going to trust yourself when you don't feel like going to work out at the gym and you go anyway. You're going to trust yourself when you don't want to have the hard conversation, but you do it anyway. Those are the moments you build trust within yourself. So do the hard thing, stop overthinking it, do what you need to do to become the person that you need to become to hold that thing. It's like you can't just believe that you're going to become this beautiful person once you get it, the thing, you know? I mean, I know this sounds like floofy, but like you got to become the person that acts like they have the thing before they have the thing. That's what being a quantum being is. That's what being responsible and having this knowledge is. So just do your due diligence and really focus on your identity. Identity is everything. And sometimes I even like force myself. I'm like, okay, how would I go walk my dog if I had this thing? Like, how would my energy be different? How would I walk in the energy of, you know, my future self? And it's different than my current energy. You know, if I'm making, let's call it $100,000 more than I am now, I'm in a different fucking energy. So I will embody that energy now. And I know that's how it pulls it to me. I know how that's how it calls it to me. And my 5th and final message from your higher self that I really want you to take to heart is that I want you to trust that this thing that you want to do, this dream, this soul purpose, this project that is on your heart right now, trust that it was placed there for a reason. We second guess that things are on purpose. We second guess that we have the power to do something, but I want to remind you, whatever you want to do, maybe you want to be a podcaster, an influencer, a coach, a musician, whatever it is that you want to do. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it the way that you're doing it. I'm not passionate about teaching that because if I was, that would be my dream, but it's your dream. It's yours. And I want you to take that seriously. Your soul purpose is so important. It's the only relationship you're going to have for the rest of your life. And so it's the one thing that you got to go all in. It's the one thing that you have to try to get done no matter what. It's your mission. Really feel the frequency of those words. And so trust that you're being guided. Trust that you're even listening to this podcast for a reason. Like think about all the podcasts you could ever be listening to, and then you're listening to this right now and you're hearing this message right now. how can that be an accident? There is no accidents on this earth. You have to believe that there is this beautiful source consciousness that makes no mistakes. Like, think about it. This intelligence in your heart, in your soul that created you, it's created worlds. It's created plants. It's created fingernails. There is no accident. And so you have to just do your due diligence and take the risks and take the action. And I'm really like hearing this last message of like action, like whatever, all the higher selves are like, action is the answer. It's always the answer because action breeds clarity. Action helps you further. Action helps you refine your craft. There's nothing to gain in like stagnancy. There's nothing to gain in just staying here and waiting. And so I feel like all the higher selves are like, force them to take action. Tell them they need to take action. And so I'm just going to give you that message of like, what is the action you're procrastinating on? What is the program you're not buying? What is the thing that you're not doing? What is the meditation that you're not doing? Like, take any action. The worst thing that you can do is take no action at all. The best thing you can do is just take some action. So I'm really feeling called to share that with you. And I hope that you feel activated and you got some answers from you and your heart and your soul, because your higher selves were loud today. And I know that, hopefully there were a lot of aha moments for you. So yeah, those are 5 messages from your higher self speaking through me. And, higher selves and source and signs, like they work through other people. Think about it. How else would they work? It's not like they're just going to like, poof, here's a balloon with your message. Like, they work through other people. They work through music. They work through podcasts. Like, sometimes living a magical life isn't like getting these big signs of like obvious things. It's listening to the subtleties of like, wow, I listened to this podcast and I was second guessing this thing. And like, literally I heard, don't second guess that thing. Like, that's a sign, that's how your higher self is working through me. And you clicked this podcast today. It's like all very intricate. And it's also not, I don't know how to explain that, but this little universal game is so fun, isn't it? I just love it. Being a human is so fun. And it's hard and it's painful, but it's fun too. And you have to just lean into the fun, right? As much fun as you have, there's also pain. There's also all the things, but the only point is to experience it all. And actually, this hoodie that I'm wearing, this sweatsuit, I know I'm giving like Alex Cooper vibes today in her sweatsuit. So thanks, Alex Cooper, for making it cool to wear sweatsuits on podcasts. I love this sweatsuit because I think at the back, I'll show you guys, it says like, fall in love with the experience of living, something like that. Hopefully you can see it. It just reminds you that this experience is supposed to be fun and you have to just fall in love with the process and the whole thing. It's fun, but it's also hard. It's and God is both and. That's what I've been realizing is like, when you really get into source consciousness, it's that both and. Like, it's hard and it's this. It's everything and it's nothing. Like, that's really where source consciousness is. It's just one big, huge contradiction. And that's because it's everything. It's both and. We could get way deep, but I think we're just going to stop it right there and call it a day. But I love you guys. Thank you for spending another week with me. We have a lot of calls coming up in Alignment Academy, the membership. So I would love to see you in there. It's $77 a month. And you get 8 masterclasses, 7 meditations, 1 live coaching call with me, 1 live meditation. We do co-working sessions. We have challenges and workshops, things like that. So $77 a month. I mean, like, come on, guys. It's a great deal. And you get to hang out with all of these other entrepreneurial, spiritual beings. It's just like, it's a good time in there. So come in, join us. What do you have to lose? Literally nothing. I love hanging out with you guys in there. So I hope to see you in there. I love you. And we'll talk very soon. Hopefully next Monday. All right. Bye.